Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332941.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard show on this Week 1 playoff edition as the rain starts pouring in, the cold November rain. I believe that is a song we probably should have came into tonight, now that I think of it. But Trevor did not hit us with that one. Either way.
I chose American Girl, since we have an American Girl sitting in with us tonight.
We think she is. Week 1 of the playoffs here. Most of it's done with for the night. There are a couple games going on still. Some delays until tomorrow night because of the weather. Feels like week 1 of the regular season is happening all over again with some lightning delays and some postponements. Had a couple games last night. One intentionally moved up to last night to avoid the weather. I know of at least one that's moved until tomorrow night to get away from tonight's weather with Cosby at Midway. But like I said, it is week 1 of the playoffs. I am your host, Tim Hill, here on the call-in show. If you want to call in and join us, 865-966-3435. We do have a special guest this week making her debut, I guess. This is the first week you've been here with us, isn't it, Madison?
Yeah, first week. I called in 1 week.
She did call in 1 week. So Madison here works at SM Athletics with us. Madison is also a TSSAA basketball and football official, having the week off this Friday. She'll be back on the field next Friday, so we're happy to have her. We'll probably ask her some official questions. And as always, joining me on the opposite end of the glass, we've got Beaver over there bringing us in from break, answering the calls. And then we've got Bubba, who I hope has us on video right now. Over there.
As far as I know, I do. But Tim, are you allowed to just put people's business and occupations on blast like that?
Well, if you sit in this room with me, I can put anything I want to on blast because you've signed the waiver. So I don't think I gave away anything too personal. I didn't give her where she lives. I just gave her where she'll be every Friday night if somebody wants to go stalk her.
He left out my last name too, so
I did that on purpose.
We can allow it, Bubba.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
But you also left out that the Oneida game is also tomorrow. Who did they play?
Oh, sure. You're the one saying they're playing tomorrow.
I can't remember who they play, but they also play tomorrow.
I did my part. I said I know of at least one game pushed till tomorrow. So either way, Bubba, how are you?
I'm alive. I'm all right.
That's all we can ask for you. Beaver, how's it going on your side of the glass?
Glad to have Bubba back over here with me. I appreciate the help. That's very nice of you.
Yeah, that's mighty white of him.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
That's just a saying. I mean, that's just
mighty white or mighty white.
I think it's mighty white.
Well, we got to get rid of that saying.
It is a saying though, is it?
I don't like the connotation.
It is a saying in the Deep South. That's very true.
Yeah. So either way, Bubba, we're glad to have you here and your attitude for the night. Madison, how are you doing on your night off from?
I'm doing good. I'm really appreciating the rest, not having to run around, especially in the rain. I already had to do that week 1, so I did not have to do that this week.
It's good not to have off with started off very beautiful tonight. I mean, games kicked off at 7 o'clock. It was gorgeous out there, a little chilly, not too chilly though, but then the rains came in about 8:30, 8 o'clock, and it just downpoured here in West Knoxville. As I said, if you want to call in, 865-966-3435. Go over some finals that we have right now as Farragut and Dobbins Bennett are in overtime, which is probably the game of the week right now. Just looking at what's going on the ticker, Gibbs beats Elizabethan in an upset 24-17. Kingston goes down to Gatlinburg-Pittman. Gatlinburg-Pittman stays undefeated on the year 31-0. Greenville beats Carter 56-10. Rockwood goes to Hampton and gives Hampton their second loss of the season. That game was played at Cloudland as Hampton does not have a football field.
Still recovering from the hurricane.
They are. Rockwood beats them 27-14. Happy Valley beats Tellico Plains 45-6. Bradley Central in another upset, not quite as big as the other one in 6A last night. They beat Jefferson County 31-20. Oliver Springs leads North Green 28-18 in the fourth quarter. Lightning delay in Sevier County right now as they lead West 34-9. South Green beats Polk County 23-13. Halls is up on Tennessee High in the fourth quarter 31-15. Sweetwater falls to Unicoi County 28-21. And then we have the running clock games. Alcoa beats Cherokee 56-0. Eagleton beats Cumberland Gap 48-0. Knox Central beats David Crockett 49-10. Maryville, not a running clock, beats West Ridge 41-7. Meigs County beats Johnson County 45-8. Powell beats Morristown West 44-0. Grace Christian, they defeated St. George of Memphis 49-0. That game didn't make it. Did it make it to the fourth quarter, Beaver?
They called it right between quarters, third and fourth. So they ended it at that point.
They started getting the heavy rains, and they just said we're done from that, boys. And I believe.
Do you think they drive back all the way to Collierville tonight?
I mean, if the bus driver's not out of hours, I guess on his logbook he might. But I don't know. I would think that's an extra night in a hotel. I don't know. It's a good question. What do you think?
Already got beat 49-0. I'm probably going home.
I mean, I think those
already got beat 49-0. I don't want to ride 6 hours on the bus.
I would think they. I think they go because I think they have multiple bus drivers just for that.
They'll stop and switch in between if a bus driver is like out of hours.
Which, I mean, they didn't make the trip today, so they didn't travel. I would almost guarantee they came in yesterday and stayed the night. Do you know that, Beaver?
I do not know.
Yeah, I would think they came in last night and didn't make that trip today, so it shouldn't be an hours issue with the driving so many hours in a day. I would think they get back to West Tennessee. So that's just me.
So, Tim, we have an update on the Farragut Dobbins Bennett game.
Lay it on me, brother.
According to an individual in chat, Farragut fumbles in overtime, and it is now Dobbins Bennett ball.
Oh, man. Oh, brother. Catholic is leading Christian Brothers 14-11. Jackson Christian is leading Concord Christian 17-13. Both those games in the third quarter as they are being played in the central time zone, so they're an hour behind. And that just about does it for the teams in the area as I look at it one more time. Anderson County is leading Volunteer 37-13, showing 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I don't know how true that is because Coach T is not the best at keeping up. Madison.
We did have a couple games last night. Oak Ridge game. What was the final of that one, Tim?
You're the one brought it up. Shouldn't you have that? I think it's 35-31 as they get beat in the upset of the first round.
They were up at half.
They were up half. They got beat by Science Hill. First time Science Hill has beaten Oak Ridge since the 90s. 35-31 is the final. Bubba, do you remember the halftime score? Because they were up, I think. I know Oak Ridge was up pretty decent amount. And then in Region 1, 1A, Cofield absolutely smacked, I think, Joe Burns was who they beat. Cloudland, 51-6. I think they played Joe Burns in the next round if Joe Burns wins tonight. A lot of games last night in the Mid-State. Not sure if they had the weather last night or no, that wouldn't make sense. I don't know. But I guess they were going to get the weather earlier in the evening, so that's why they moved a bunch of their games up tonight.
Yeah, several of the games got moved because of the weather coming in today.
Yeah.
Several games were talked about getting moved and didn't get moved. I was kind of shocked about that.
Surprised more teams didn't. Which, I mean, by the time it got here, a lot of the teams were already in blowout mode, so it didn't really affect too much. 865-966-3435 if you want to call in. I know we've got some people that I've texted with that's finishing up their
We've got Chase on the line
post
for you
game.
now.
We do? I hadn't even talked to that brother. I mean, he's the one I hadn't even hollered at yet, so I'm pretty proud of him already dialing in. Chase, are you there?
Talk to me, Tim. We got about 3 out of about 7 Rockwood Mafia headed back from Cloudland with a big victory from the Rockwood Tigers.
Well, most important thing, did you find anywhere to eat before the game? Because that's the
Yeah,
most.
they stopped it.
Go ahead.
Kickback Jacks.
Kickback Jacks. I
stop.
think.
There's one of those in Alcoa.
Yeah, there's one in Alcoa. So y'all stopped at a chain restaurant, is what I'm hearing.
It got 2 thumbs up from the crew. I came up late solo, but everybody enjoyed it.
Is that 2 out of 5 or just 2 out of 2 because you only have 2 thumbs?
Oh, yeah. Hey, they give it 2 thumbs up.
Okay. But
I
two out of what though? 2 out of 5? 2 out. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
They only have 2 thumbs, Tim.
Well, I mean, I guess whatever. All right. So how was the game against Hampton at Cloudland?
The game against Hampton at Cloudland was a little chilly. The Tigers come out and just run it right down their throats. It looked like in the first quarter and a half we were going to run away with it. We're up 21-6. Had 2 chances inside the 30-yard line to score and couldn't get it done. So, I mean, you're looking at a 35-6 halftime should have been, but 21-6 at half. Hampton gets the ball at half, comes out, runs it right down our throats. They can't kick. So they go for 2 every time. They make it, and now we're at a 1-score game for about a quarter, give or take. And Rockwood scored, and that was the ball game. You know, they never could recover. We turned them over on downs a couple times, a couple interceptions. That's a 4-1 upset. A lot of people talk about this region being a little weaker, except Hampton. I mean, Hampton was just in 2A a year ago, and a pretty solid football team. And Rockwood goes on the road and takes care of business. They'll have to travel to Sell Creek next week, which will be a much nicer drive.
Straight down 27. That's the easiest drive ever for Rockwood. Just going to Sell Creek.
Just go right and go left, and you're there.
I feel like our Region 2 has had a lot of success in the past going up to Region 1 and winning just because, I mean, unless they were playing Cloudland back in the day when they were just running people. But I feel like we've always fared pretty good going up there and getting wins.
Yeah, and Auburn Springs went on the road and won big tonight. Kingston did not. I will say that. They did not.
They wishing they had played that Harriman game now because that would have put
that
them as a
Harriman
2 seed.
They'll be dreaming of that. They'll be having nightmares of not playing that game on Saturday.
Yeah, they're going to have nightmares in Blue Devils.
Hey, they're the only team, that they didn't beat in Rome County.
The only team that didn't beat Harriman Rome County is Kingston. So
biggest win for on Harriman scheduling.
I heard somebody chirping in the background.
That's big Mark Clem, 76 state champion,
I remember going to Hampton and watching Rockwood win a playoff game in Lucas Jolly's senior year, I believe. So that'd have been around.
Yeah, Jeff Inman, Lucas Jolly, good group of kids.
Yeah. Always cold up there, though.
Coach Fitzgerald at Sell Creek, former coach of Meigs County. Rockwood went to Meigs County a while back and just ruined their state championship run. We went on about a 97-yard drive to win the game.
What year was
Meigs County
that?
was loaded that year. What year was that? That was a Trey Treadway, Ryan McCain, Xander Price. It was a good game, but anyway.
Well, not much else on the upset alert tonight. Bradley Central went up to Upper East Tennessee, got the win.
Jefferson County, I think.
Over Jefferson County. But other than that, not much. It's a bunch of chalk tonight.
We've got a Jeff County native in the car, and he's not good. He's not good.
Man.
He's good. He's good for the Tigers, but also
let him stop at Bucky. Let him stop at Bucky's on the way in and give him some beef jerky.
We'll have to. Hey, Coach Webb bought about 75 little Debbie cakes for the guys. I think he might eat every one of them on the way home tonight.
Christmas tree cakes, or are we talking oatmeal cream pies?
We're talking oatmeal cream pies and fudge rounds.
Shoo.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, Clem, we appreciate it.
Hey, last question. If we need some sweatshirts or hats made, who should we call?
SM Athletics at 865-966-3434 here in West Knoxville, servicing all of the Eastern Time Zone.
All right. See you next week, brother.
Later.
See you.
Beaver, do we have another caller?
We do. We have the Cookie Man on for you.
Logan, did you stay dry tonight, my brother?
Not hardly. Not hardly.
First half had to be. First half was dry, wasn't it?
Yes. We so we started getting the rain basically as the second half started. It started out real light. The clock kept moving. Obviously, a huge spread in the game, and we had some light rain. And we were thinking, hey, once it turned to the fourth quarter, basically going to have a running clock, and we're thinking we could have a chance of beating this rain out of here. But man, there for a second, the game was paused. Had to get some communication, whether if we're going to go into a delay or if coaches were going to agree, to call the game with Panthers getting the victory. So that's what happened, and then the rain just got harder there for about 15, 20 minutes. Got a little crazy with folks getting out, us breaking down, all our equipment for the production, but final result, 44-0 Panthers.
There was several running clock scenarios tonight. I'm not sure if you've had time to look around, but there's a couple close games. Farragut and Dobbins Bennett are actually in overtime right now in a lightning delay.
Wow.
So
yeah, I didn't get to check on much. I had a bit of a different seat this time, and we had students doing broadcast and camera. I was kind of directing, and also for fans that listened, we were on air for the first time.
That's what on
radio.
I meant to shout out that we had the stream on the FM AM, and I believe it was on YouTube also. Just the stream of it, just the play-by-play, no video, but just them doing it. And they sounded pretty good doing it, I may say.
Yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, I did catch a score that caught my attention because my team read it off. At Halls and Tennessee High, I think was a 2 or 3 point game. I want to say early in the third quarter or something. How did that one shake out?
Coach T right now is what I'm going by because the TWSAA site is down since they don't get enough money off of everybody. Halls is winning by 16 in the fourth quarter. Okay.
And I imagine Sevier and West, last I heard it was 20-0. At one point.
What's showing right now is 34-9 final.
Okay.
So
how about my prediction for game of East Tennessee, Jeff County?
Jeff County lost by 11.
Lost by 11.
Yeah, 31-20.
Okay. And Bradley Central, yeah.
Yep.
So I wonder if I don't know. Obviously, you mentioned the Farragut game into overtime. I guess that's probably the one of leverage tonight, and folks are, waiting on to check that one out and see how it unfolds.
Yeah, so apparently Farragut fumbled in overtime on their drive. Dobbins Bennett has the ball at the 5-yard line when the lightning strikes. So,
wow.
They're having to now I heard that other places in Blount County played through lightning to finish it, but they couldn't let them go 5 more yards up in Kingsport.
Yeah, and I got to say for here, communication wise was a lot expedited because literally just this week, really the past couple of weeks, we've had a new weather system installed, and this is like top of the line. I think some big leagues use it, and we were getting constant updates. And then once the alarm hit, we've got sirens here and lights, and that hit. So we immediately knew, okay, we're in a delay. And then a few minutes later, we get the word from down on the field that the game was called. So it was nice getting that expedited communication because folks have to get out, seek shelter. And then, of course, we have to tear down our stuff and figure out what we're going to leave, what we're going to take down. So all in all, a good night here despite being wet.
Well, tell us something else good. What's the cookies of the week?
So it's a Martha Stewart thing this week.
I was a little disappointed about that.
Oh, we got.
Does that mean you got to serve jail time?
We got a cookie hater over here, Logan.
I can't confirm or deny if Snoop Dogg had his hands in any of these cookies, but man, they do have a Mile High cookie listed on there. But one thing I love about this week, yesterday my sister-in-law got married. Beautiful wedding, beautiful day. So I hit the boys up and said, hey, we need some cookies for this thing. And they did. And they said, hey, by the way, we're going to throw in, we did the minis. We went for the minis because that was a cleaner operation for, the brides and the groomsmen. And so they said, we're going to make sure to throw in some of they've got thin chocolate chip. And so they said, be sure to tell everybody that today we're going to throw in some of these thin chocolate chips with whatever pack purchase they get, whether it's 6-pack, party box, mini box or whatever. So that's what I love about Crumble, man. They, download the app, you get updates on offers and rewards all the time. And they always have great lineups.
We've got Madison in here in the studio tonight hosting with us. I don't think you've ever met Madison, but Madison is a TSSAA football and basketball official and a big Maryville Crumble Cookie supporter as she lives over there.
I'm definitely a big Crumble Cookie supporter at Maryville. They might know my name in there. I go way too often.
Yeah, that's great that we have some type of representation, like kind of locally with us at Fan Run, because that, I can't hit that spot unless we're going to play a William Blount or a Heritage or a Maryville, something like that, because I just don't get out that way. But it's the 3 area locations perfectly in terms of demographics. Like, you got Clinton Highway, Maryville, and then also West Knoxville.
Yeah, I'll say the Maryville college athletes definitely keep it in business. They're in there all the time. Being a former one, we were definitely in there when we were supposed to not be eating that stuff, but it's okay.
Hey, if you need some carb loading, that's the place to go.
All right, well, Logan, who did you say Powell has next week?
Lincoln County. And so this is what's cool about, we've talked for weeks about the new pod shakeup early on.
I love it.
Loving it so far. And I had this anticipation that I think I was going to love it. And I really do, because for us, speaking for Powell, like first ever matchup against Morristown West. And this is going to be a first ever matchup against Lincoln County, who just took care of McMinn County. I didn't watch the game, didn't get the context, but judging by the score, I know they were down at 10 at one point, and then they put pedal to the metal and just ran past McMinn County. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like a couple of touchdowns or so. So looking forward to that matchup next Friday.
That's interesting that Powell has never played Morristown West.
I found that surprised me, really surprised me. I know in my high school days, we played Morristown East. And I would have figured just over the course of decades, right? Like you're probably playing Mo West, but no, first ever matchup tonight. And then also next week against Lincoln County, the fighting, Kelly Holcombs.
Did not know. I know he's an MTSU boy, but did not know he was from Lincoln County.
And then got at least a cup of coffee in the NFL, right?
He did.
Like Browns or something, maybe more than maybe a whole pot.
Yeah, I won't say it was a Cincinnati or a Cleveland one, but yeah, he's the hero of MTSU. So, all right, well, Logan, we're gonna let you get out here, get home, and get snuggled up to the fire. Get rid of this cold weather this weekend, brother.
Yes, sir. I'm not looking forward to that part, but we got plenty more football to take in this weekend.
All right, we'll talk to you next Friday, man.
Y'all take care.
See you, Logan. As always, Logan Quinton of the Powell Panther Network. As he said, their game was streamed live here on Fan Run tonight for the first time.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool gig, getting the high school kids involved, letting them talk on the radio, getting that experience. I know there's a lot of kids that are into that stuff now, trying to get into the videography and the radio side, so that's a cool experience.
That's what I feel like I'm doing with you tonight, giving the high school kid
is crazy, but maybe
experience. So, all right, Beavers, send us a break.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com. Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you can donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-639-8620. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It'll be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car. And as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now. Call 1-800-639-8620. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-639-8620. That's 1-800-639-8620.
It's for me, sexy this for motivation. Who want motivation? She comes out and she goes down to me.
Welcome back into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. As we have hit the 10 o'clock hour, that first segment flying by as the callers are piling in. 865-966-3435 to let your voice be heard. Bubba, how's it going over there?
It's going.
Okay, that's all I can ask for you. Madison, you feeling okay about it so far?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, Tim.
We
don't have a lot of scores to talk about.
I mean,
they're just blowouts.
Welcome to our world.
I'm a big fan of getting rid of the first round of playoffs. I just think.
I mean, you can't do that.
But they can adjust it for the games to be more competitive. Maybe just go to
They could.
less
I mean, I
rounds.
think for sure in some of these smaller classifications, you can get rid of the first. It'd be easier to get rid of the first round, I think, because there's so much more travel in this, especially the 2A and some of the 3A.
Again, I know we talked about this, Tim, but Red Boiling Springs and South Pittsburgh, two different sides, whole state of Tennessee in between the boys, and they're out here playing 0-10 versus a 9-1 team out here.
Kentucky border to the Georgia border.
I get the boys want one last game, but I mean, brothers, know when to clean your gear and hang up the cleats, man.
There were several games that people forfeited.
Be like Chattanooga Central. Just say we ain't got time for it, brother.
And I think Giles County also, or
Giles County.
I call it Giles.
It's Giles. That's home of Tyler Smith.
There's a very famous musician who pronounces it Giles. J. Giles. Baby.
Maybe you're the one that's wrong, Tim.
I'm not. I can call somebody right now and ask them how they pronounce it. They're from there. It's Giles County.
I grew up with a bunch of Giles, just like you're saying it. However, I've also heard it as Giles. I don't think he's necessarily wrong.
They spell it Giles.
You want to call it Gills?
Yes.
I'll say it's Giles. Giles County.
It's Giles as far as I'm concerned. I'm just saying I've heard it.
Bubba, you know anything about Giles County?
No, sir.
You know anything about Giles County?
You want your random fact of the night, Bubba?
Please. Giles
County, Pulaski, Tennessee, home of two things. The first being sun drop. You ever had a sun drop, Bubba?
I have.
The other being the place where the Ku Klux Klan was formed.
I knew there's always some shady history. Every time you bring me history, Tim. Elephant hangings and the Ku Klux Klan. What are we doing?
He said shady.
Yep, shady. Yeah, so that's my Giles County knowledge for the night for you, Bubba. I still don't know why you want to pronounce it like that, but to each their own. We still have Farragut and Dobbins Bennett in overtime. Don't think it's been 30 minutes just yet.
If they have that weather delay system, it detects the lightning within 10 miles, I think. So even if it's on the outer 10 miles going away, it keeps resetting every time.
Which could be bad for them because we had the storm way before they did because the storm's going west to east. So they're getting it after we are. It rained here for a pretty good while. So that if it's the duration the storm's going to last up there like it did here, they may have a second delay. Fingers crossed they don't, as East Tennessee Vol 25 is keeping us updated in the chat. Those weather delays are no fun.
Not at all.
Also, Tennessee Sportsnet in the chat says Forrest is heading to Gatlinburg-Pittman after a 49-36 win over Chattanooga Prep. Class 3A Mr. Football candidate Quincy Mitchell, 42 rushes, 397 yards, Bubba, with 6 touchdowns. And he's a sophomore, Bubba.
I mean, that young man keeps it up, he'll be able to transfer to Anderson County.
Speaking of Anderson County, that score didn't reflect the half what the final was. It was 27-13 at the half. They threw 2 pick sixes in the first half, but it looks like they got it together in the second half.
Wonder if the quarterback was playing.
I think he was, and he threw 2 pick sixes.
He didn't play much this year, the Gillum kid.
He broke his collarbone first game of the year against Catholic, was out all year, played the last 3 games, I believe.
Clock is counting down at Dobbins Bennett. It's now at 22 minutes until they can play again if they do not have another lightning strike. So see how that goes up in DB. Some long, as Madison's talking about it and Logan's mentioned it, and I think we talked about it last week too. Some of these and Bubba just mentioning it about Red Bull and Springs. Some of these road trips are just treacherous for some of these teams.
Terrible.
Farragut can afford it. That ain't no skin off their back. Bubba, that's another saying, skin off your back. But Red Bull and Springs, they ain't got the money that Farragut does to be going down to South Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree. I think the smaller schools definitely going to struggle with the blowout games and traveling as far as they do.
Yeah, I mean, God forbid. I mean, hopefully they do win a game, but if they win a game in kind of an upset and have to go on the road again and get a bus the second week in a row, because a lot of these teams don't take just the normal big yellow down the road for a 3-hour trip. They're getting charter buses, or they would like to.
Yeah, they'd like to provide.
I know Rockwood took a big. I'm not gonna say Greyhound, but they took one of them top deals up to Cloudland tonight when they played Hampton. So,
where will they be going next week?
Sale Creek. So that's a bus ride straight on 27, 30 miles down the highway from where Rockwood's at. So it's not far at all. So
a little more affordable for the school. They can take a yellow bus there.
They can. A lot more fans will show up down there. Not sure how often they play Sale Creek or when last time they have played Sale Creek, being pretty close. This TSSAA website being down's got me in the ringer. I'm trying to look at brackets. The thing's been down for an hour now. We've got Coach T score updates, but I'd like to see an updated bracket just to see what's going on because I can't remember it just by memory. So,
yeah, I can't remember it either, but the website's not working for me either. So,
who was one of the best teams you saw play this season, Madison?
Let's see.
Games you officiated.
Of games I officiated.
Games you officiated.
In single A, I would say Cofield. Obviously, don't get to see a lot of the further away schools, but they looked pretty solid. I had Rockwood at Midway. They're both in the playoffs. It was actually a blowout, but I think one of Midway's better players were hurt. Obviously, I had Cofield again last week at Oliver Springs. They blew them out. Anderson County is pretty tough with their quarterback. They upset Alcoa last week. I think they'll be a tough team in the playoffs with having the quarterback back. He's a freshman, though, didn't play many games, so that could be tough.
It can be. As Beaver's back here calling somebody, we got a special guest coming up. Hopefully in the next few minutes, we're going to have Justin Price of Grace Christian Academy as they played St. George's in Memphis tonight and got the win as that game was called a little bit early. We're thinking due to the weather and as it was just not that close of a game. So, Bubba, anything stand out to you over there? Upset-wise tonight, are you seeing anything on the ticker? Anything happening in West Tennessee as you are scouring the map?
I mean, the fact that East Tennessee's still playing a lot of their games and all the other boys were smart and loaded up ahead of time.
Yeah, there was a ton of those Middle Tennessee games that just got moved up. So good for them, getting an extra day of rest and prep time. Beaver, do we have a caller?
We do. We've got our guest coach on for tonight. We've got Grace Christian Academy's head coach, Justin Price.
Well, don't make the man wait any longer than he already has. Let's put him through. Coach Price, how you doing?
Doing good. How are y'all, man? I appreciate you having us on this evening.
Oh, no problem. We're just staying dry.
Well,
looks
we
like y'all
had a dry first half, and then after that, it started raining on us a little bit.
Yeah, that's it was very got pretty rough there after about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So we was watching you all on the TV on the Diamond Clear, and you all, I mean, from the get go, y'all had no problems. Off to a great start, and then did y'all just come to an agreement when the storm came on down and said, "Hey, let's just end this now"?
Yeah, it was in the fourth. The second half we had a running clock, and in the fourth quarter, it was about 10 minutes ago, and we just, you get that delay, and you don't know how long it's going to take, and this team's from Memphis and got a little bit of a trip back, so I think Coach Rice over at St. George's, it's his first year, and man, he's had a quick turnaround and done a really good job getting his team where they were to this point. And, but, I think at that point, the game's pretty much in hand, and I think it was just best for both teams. Just go ahead and call it. And, so yeah, we ended, it was about, I forget, it was in the fourth quarter, maybe 9 or 10 minutes left.
Talk about a quick turnaround. This is year 2 for you all at Grace, coming from Campbell County, and 2 losses last year in the regular season, losing to CPA in the playoffs. And then this year, I mean, just coming back just a strong 2 losses regular season, but also as we talked about it, probably the upset of we're not going to say it's upset to you, but y'all being Sevier County in the regular season, just huge for y'all's program that in year
No
two.
doubt. Yeah, it was. And, we've had back-to-back 8-2 regular seasons. But, this year it was 8-2, but we only lost one region game. So we're able to get that 2 seed, which is huge to host not only the first round game, but also the second round game, which is the quarterfinal game in private school. And so, that's one thing different from our record last year to this year is we do get to host next week as well. But I think that Sevier County win for us was just a big night for our program. And I think it also kind of, at least locally, if not statewide, it gives you an opportunity for your kids to see some the result of the investment they made, and then obviously just the talk that your players get. Not that you play for that, but it's also rewarding when your kids you've seen them work hard and how talented they are and how well they're playing. So when you get on a stage like beating Sevier County was just big for our program and gave us a lot of confidence. And obviously we've not lost since that night and coming off 3 shutouts in a row, but we're playing our best ball here in November.
That was my next question. You're all known for your offense at your time up in Campbell County, and then just looking at 3 shutouts in a row. So what's clicking with the defense right now?
Well, I think we love scoring and throwing the ball around at times, and this is kind of who we were a little bit at Campbell County and all that. But I still think when you want to to be an elite team, you got to be able to run the football. You got to be able to play defense and win the line of scrimmage. And so we just made we made that a priority for us. And, our defenses, there were times that this year we would play well and we maybe gave up some big plays. But our defense played well all season. And these last 3 weeks, just obviously keeping them out of the end zone, it's been huge. And, Nick Craney's our defensive coordinator who came over, used to be the head coach at Central. And, Nick just puts so much time in it and, understands his defense and where, different ways to stop different offenses. And then obviously my brother's kind of the co-defense coordinator and, helps me a lot on offense. And so it's, we got a great defensive staff and him and Matt work well together and Kearney dials them up. And it's just been it's been fun to watch the progression of our, defense, which is led by Jackson Coffey, who's our inside linebacker. That's just about as good of a high school linebacker you're gonna find.
Yeah, for sure. Congrats, Coach, on the successful season so far.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. What do you have to do next week to compete or win? What players do you need to see big games out of? What do they have to do? Tell us a little bit about that and who you play next week.
Yeah, so we'll host Battleground Academy, which a lot of people just call them BGA. They're one of the best teams in the state, probably any division. They got a really talented quarterback, some, linemen that got one defense lineman's got Ohio State, Georgia, I think Alabama, pretty much everybody in the country's offered him as a sophomore. And then, they have a freshman receiver that's maybe, going to end up being a really talented kid as well. So we know a little bit about him. Obviously we'll continue to, get into research them a little bit more and figure out what they like to do. But, it's going to be a big night. Like I said earlier, being able to host them next week where they got to come to us, I think it's going to be big. But it's going to be a tough game. I think, for both teams, I think they got some strengths. We do too. And, at the end of the day, we got to be who we are, no matter who you're playing. And, our kids are playing at such a high level. And, offensively, we're led by Jace Ballard and JV Stinson, who had huge years for us. And obviously, we got to continue to rely on them. So we need those guys being big performances for us to be able to pull it out next week.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, Tim said, coming off 3 weeks of shutouts. So hopefully the defense will keep clicking. You guys can see some success there so that offense flows as well.
Coach, when will y'all get back at it? Do y'all keep the same schedule for the playoffs as you will the regular season? Will y'all be in there tomorrow or wait till Sunday to get the boys in there?
We do. We kind of keep it routine. We do give them off Saturday and Sunday, so they'll come in Monday. Our staff will have a quick meeting a meeting, not too long, but we'll meet a little bit on Sunday after church. And but we try to keep it routine. We believe that at the end of the day, you got to prepare for your opponents, and that's what we'll do. We'll try to find a schematic advantage somewhere and something that our kids can execute. But, you got to continue to take care of yourself, and that's what we'll give our guys a little bit of time to enjoy this win tonight and, come back Monday and get prepared for what's going to be a huge game at Grace Christian next Friday night.
Absolutely. Hopefully better weather. Coach, one last question before we let you get out of here. We don't keep you too late. Superstitions. I was talking to Coach Wynn over at Hardin Valley 2 days ago, and he's got a hoodie he wears every day at practice. Same hoodie, things falling apart, got holes in it. Tried to sell him some more. Do you have a lucky visor? Do you have the same one, or do you rotate them?
I do not have a lucky one. I think when I was early coaching, I used to be like, okay, did I do that last week or whatever? But I think I've been coaching now. I've realized, I ain't got much to do with it. I got to let these players go play. But, I am a visor guy, so I like wearing a visor. But I don't know how much that helps us win.
I mean, as long as you look good.
That's it.
Look good, feel good, play good.
No doubt about it.
All right, Coach, we appreciate your time. Let you get out of here. Good luck next week. We'd love to have you back on sometime.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. Anytime y'all appreciate it, go Rams, and we appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Thank you.
See ya. Bye.
Justin Price of the Grace Christian Academy Rams as they play BGA next Friday night here in West Knoxville. I guess that's still considered West Knoxville out there on Oak Ridge Highway. He's a visor guy. Him and his brother both wear them visors.
Yeah, Grace sports are really on the up and up all the way around. Football, girls basketball, boys basketball.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Price brothers' second year at Grace now, come from Campbell County. They had a high-octane offense at Campbell County. They had a kid their last year there. I mean, upper 40s touchdowns. He ended up transferring to Anderson County last year to finish out his high school career. But, yeah, they're known for that run and gun, fun and gun, whatever you want to call it. They like to throw the ball around. So add some defense to that, and it doesn't hurt having a former head coach as your defensive coordinator, a former head coach of a high-level football program too, coming from Central. As no update on, I guess it hasn't been 22 minutes yet for Farragut. And then as we have another comment in the chat talking about Bradley Central going to Murfreesboro, Oakland next Friday. I mean, Cleveland to Murfreesboro, that's 2.5 hours, if not 3 in the second round. So, yeah, travel does not get any earlier. Travel does not get any better as we have a caller, as Beaver is saying. Beaver, let's just skip the break and put it on through if they're going to be gracious enough to call us.
You got it.
Unless they're going to say something bad, then we'll just dump them and go to break. So let's see what they got to say.
Yeah, he doesn't normally say anything bad.
Well, he better not start tonight. How you doing, Colin?
No, I'm not going to start tonight. How are you guys doing?
Man, I thought it was somebody else. Beaver, I thought we had somebody else. Did you appreciate that Grace Christian call, Westchester?
I did. It took you all season, but I appreciate y'all doing that.
Well, I can't help it that, the man's too busy on Friday nights normally. The man played 3 quarters tonight and then got off early and thought, hey, I'm going to call the boys off here on Lovell Road and talk to them.
Did they call that game? Is that what happened? Because I was out there till half, and then I left at half.
Yeah, they got into the fourth quarter.
About 10 minutes to go left in the fourth quarter. Monsooning here in West Knoxville, so they called that one.
Yeah, they just said, hey, let's get y'all back on 40 westbound as quick as we can, buddy.
I'm glad that they could make the smart decision in the playoffs. Speaking of smart decisions, what did I do, Tim? 3 out of 4 of my upsets today. That's not too bad.
I can't keep track of what all you're doing, but I know you got the Kingston. I know you got the Kingston one wrong.
I got Kingston wrong. You agreed with me on that.
I did. I thought they'd play better, but as we have said, if Kingston had played that game against Harriman in week 1 that got rained out, if they had made it up on Saturday and beat Harriman, which they probably would have, they would not have been traveling tonight. They'd been the 2 seed hosting Pigeon Forge because of tiebreakers.
Oh,
yeah. So they lost the region championship to Mexican last week. Went from a potential 1 seed. Fell down to the 4 because of tiebreaker on regular season wins.
That's the one after head to head goes to overall wins. Yeah.
Yep. So if they had that Harriman win, they'd have been hosting tonight.
Yeah, I actually had that game week 1, Kingston Harriman. Obviously, we got like a minute and a half into the game. Lightning delay. Coach Pankey was adamant very early that we were going to call it. I'm sure he is regretting that decision tonight.
I want to talk a little bit about the Grace, and I got one comment I want to make about the playoffs, and I'm going to be short tonight. I gotta be up early in the morning, so I know you're glad to hear me say I'll be short, but what's a really short call for me? Like anyway, the Grace game, guys, I don't kind of gets into my second point, but I don't understand some of these teams. You're going to drive. I know you have to, and the AA. I'm not even going to try to understand the AA brackets because I think in the private leagues, too many teams make the playoffs, even worse than the public leagues. And they drove over here tonight and dressed 29 players. Grace had 62.
That's a.
And I would say probably 50 of them played, but I mean that's a disparity. I mean I was looking back on my counts because I'm weird. I count players on each team at every game I've gone to, and I've got most of them recorded somewhere. And Oliver Springs Midway, each team dressed more players than St. Peter's brought over tonight, and that's a 1A game.
Yeah, I mean that's just. I don't know. The Division II first round games. There's always a team from Memphis that's coming here, or a team from here that's going to Memphis.
Yeah,
but I mean they have the money, I would think, to do that. So good for them. But as Bubba's been harping on, you got Red Bull and Springs up there on the Kentucky border, driving all the way to South Pitt. Red Bull and Springs, one of the smallest schools in the state. They can't be piling out that money like that.
Here's what I want to do with the playoffs, and this is so crazy that it would work, but it's so crazy that they'll never do it. We've talked all year and hit it around the fact that, especially in some of these 4-team leagues, 4-team regions, you don't need 4 teams in the playoffs. You don't. 2's not enough. 4's too many. 3's perfect. Why is 3 perfect? Because I'm going to go back to you giving me a hard time about something I've said all season about the region championship not mattering. They need to do single A like they do triple A in the private leagues. If you win your region title, you get a bye. The 2 and 3 seed, you don't have to reseed anything. You leave everything. You leave the format the way it is. All you do is you buy your region champions get buys, and they play the winner of whatever 2-3 they were going to play.
Yep, knocks it down from
let's
32
eliminate
teams
these fours. And let's be honest, because there's a bunch of teams with 1 win that are in the playoffs. I mean,
there is one 4-seed team that's going to disagree with you tonight, and
I agree with that.
That'd be the Hilltoppers of Science Hill, and
good for them. I'm glad they could pull that one off, and I ate some crow on that. That's fine. I don't mind being wrong.
Did you put barbecue on it or honey mustard?
A hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I do agree taking the playoffs down from 32 to 24. Region winners.
And the other reason
that's great.
The main reason I want to do that is ever since I was trying to think back on when this all started. Ever since they went to 6A, they've gone to Thursday night playoff games, and Thursday night playoff games are ridiculous. You can't give. I know it's only one night. You can't give somebody an advantage like that. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
And you would eliminate 4, 6, 8 times 6, 48. You'd eliminate 48 games across the state. So that's probably enough to get rid of your Thursday night games if you still quit playing 4 once.
Yep.
Go back to the way it's intended. Everybody kicks at 7:00 Central, regardless.
They're not going to give that money up, so it's never going to happen.
There's no way they're making money on those games. There's no way they are.
They're not.
Maybe they are.
The schools aren't, but the TAA is not losing money on it.
No, they're making money because they get a part of the gate that they don't get during the regular season during the playoffs to pay for travel.
Absolutely.
Their excuse.
And hell, they can't get their website to work tonight. They can't get me an updated bracket to save their life.
I'll tell you the last thing I really am going on this one. The one thing I didn't see coming, even though I saw them struggle against Bearden, I didn't see Farragut giving Dobbins Bid in a game tonight, and I know that's still waiting on a weather delay, right?
Yep, it is. It's got to be getting, unless they've had another lightning strike, it's got to be getting down close to the 30 minutes being over with. But Farragut fumbled it on their drive. Dobbins Bennett has it at either the 5 or 10 yard line. People are saying different things. So
All right, guys. We got another weekend here. Or are we done?
No, we got 2 more weeks. We're going to go through round 3, and then we're going to just let it slide after that.
Any local teams playing locally that it's going to be a good game next week that I'm not aware of yet?
If I could see these brackets, I could tell you. I don't.
The twos are back. The twos are home, right? Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, Cofield's not going to have any competition next week. Rockwood goes to Sale Creek. 3A, I don't think Meigs County's going to have anybody worth playing. Bradley Central goes to Oakland next week. I know it's not here. Powell has got Lincoln County.
And does Gibbs have? Who's Gibbs have?
Gibbs will have. Oh, who was that team? If they beat Elizabeth, I can't remember who it was now.
Yeah, we just talked about it, but I don't remember.
Because that's the only way Alcoa will get a home game. Will be in round 3 if they're playing Gibbs again. So can't remember who Gibbs was though.
We'll see what happens tonight. Y'all, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, see you, Westchester.
Little update on the Farragut game, Tim. Not much of an update, but 7 minutes ago they said there's still a lightning delay at Kingsport, 21-21.
Yep. So if you'd be checking our YouTube chat, our man East Tennessee Vol 25 says they're 5 minutes out from the game right now on the countdown clock. So as we say that, I was going to go to break, but looks like Beaver's over chatting up a caller, so I can't really say, hey, let's go to break because he's not listening. But then I'll feel bad going to break because we'll have somebody on hold, so we just keep on talking. Bub, are you keeping up over there? You taking notes? He's asleep. Bubba's asleep. He can't even keep his mic on. Beaver, do we have a caller?
We do. Do you want to take the
put
break
him on?
first?
Yeah, put him on through. Let's roll with it.
You got it.
And
go ahead.
Guy in the chat just says the ball will be on the 4-yard line for Dobbins Bennett when the clock strikes 0 for the lightning delay. Caller, how you doing?
Hey, this is Caleb from the Daily Times. What's up?
Oh, just staying dry, Caleb. How are you?
Doing good. I stay dry too. I gotta shout out the professional operation at Maryville. Saw the lightning in the distance and also saw the running clock and said, you know what? We're gonna run this clock out, make an announcement about inclement weather, and go home.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of.
I was out of there before 9:15.
Yeah, a lot of running. I mean, like as we've said, round 1 blowouts. Just a lot of running clocks. So nothing. I mean, we assumed that one over there would not be closed, as was Alcoa not close, but just
Eagleton also wasn't close. All the Blount County schools blowouts.
Yeah, the Eagleton running clock is a bit surprising.
They played an awful school. 2A in East Tennessee is terrible because it's these 2 4-team regions. I think all the schools actually on this side are 4-team regions. So you can make the playoffs in East Tennessee in 2A and not even win a game all year. So not to take anything away from Eagleton, but the team they played barely.
Yeah, they played Cumberland Gap, I believe. I think Eagleton was 7-3 and Cumberland Gap was 3-7.
I had never heard of Cumberland Gap until last week.
I mean, you've never heard the
I've heard of the Cumberland Gap.
Yeah,
I've never heard of
what's the Oak Crow Medicine Show song, heading west to the Cumberland Gap, Johnson City, Tennessee.
It's the only way to get. It used to be the only way to get from here to the Carolinas. You were on a horse and buggy.
So Maryville next week, as the TWSWA website has finally started working again. Well, we don't know because they're still they're trying to see who they're going to play, but Lebanon and Riverdale are still playing.
Let me check. Are they still playing?
I would think so, just because that's a Central Time Zone game that an hour behind.
Let me check with my guy. Let me see what my guy David has. He covers them over there for the Wilson Post.
Either way,
looks like Riverdale is up 14-0 around the halftime mark.
Okay. Either way, Maryville not having any problems tonight with West Ridge. I mean, I assume. What was the halftime score?
Halftime score is a lot too little. Hold on.
Well, I'm just trying to see. I mean, second half they didn't play. Did they play any starters, or they just pull them, or how'd that work out?
They played them for the first drive to get to the mercy rule.
Okay.
But Westridge went down. So Westridge's whole strategy, they're a triple option team. So they're going to play keep away because really the best defense against Maryville is more offense. You keep Will Jones and them off the field, they can't score, obviously. But So Westridge went down the field and scored their only touchdown of the night with 1:15 left in the first half. Next play, Will Jones hit Torrey Beaufort for a 54-yard touchdown that made it 28-7 at halftime. So Westridge's only pulse when they found the end zone, Maryville immediately snuffed out.
Do we have a touchdown count on Torrey Beaufort this year? I feel like it's every week you're mentioning him.
I can pull it up real quick while I talk to you. But yeah, he tonight was funny too. Obviously everybody knows Torrey Beaufort, super good athlete, but he's a smaller guy. Like first drive, he's at the bottom of the Westridge pile, and they had pulled his helmet off and were rolling his ankles, which was obviously not a good. If you're Maryville, that's the last thing you want in this game is for one of your stars to get hurt. So they weren't happy about that. Both sides got a personal foul, and then I think the next drive they threw him into the bricks after the play on the sideline, just like grabbed his horse collar and spun. So he was not feeling good. He ended up turning around. His final stat line for tonight, Will Jones called it poking the bear and said that he doesn't recommend other teams mess with Torrey Beaufort. He had 29 yards on the ground with a touchdown, and through the air he had 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. So 3 touchdown night for him, which brings his total up. He came into tonight with 12, so it brings his total up on the year to 15, around the 900-yard mark for the year too.
True.
So 15 touchdowns for him.
Is he a Mr. Football semifinalist or finalist or however far
He is not.
Wow.
Will Jones is.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you only have one per team. So.
Well, Oakland had 2.
Yeah. That's Middle Tennessee biased for you. What about Farragut?
The 6A finalists are Will Jones, kid from Southwind, kid from Antioch, and then Craig Tutt and Joel Wyatt from Oakland.
Okay. Farragut taking Dobbins Bennett to overtime. Probably not on anybody's bingo card.
Aren't they in a rain delay too? I think
they are. They're stretching. I've got boots on the ground right now. They're on the field stretching, getting ready. And Dobbins Bennett is going to have the ball inside the.
I think you said on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, at the 4-yard line. So Farragut fumbled
Gibbs.
it. Farragut
beat Betsy tonight too.
Yeah, they did.
All the schools from up that way seem to struggle. Besides Greenville, Science Hill last night though made some noise.
Yeah, biggest upset of the. I mean, by far probably going to be the biggest upset in the playoffs.
I would agree. Yeah,
you can put it as one of the bigger ones in the regular season, also.
Yeah, what was the one last week we were talking about?
Last week I know we.
Anderson County Alcoa. We said was a big upset.
It was.
I would say Science Hill over Oak Ridge would be right in that conversation too.
I do. I totally forgot about last week. I mean, I remembered it, but I wasn't thinking.
That feels like it was 2 months ago.
That was a big upset because I was wanting to say Grace Christian, Sevier County back in October, but yeah, last week was a lot bigger than that Grace Christian, Sevier County upset.
I think AC Alcoa was expected to be a big game early on, and then we had AC's quarterback get hurt, so then nobody really thought it was going to be a good game. He came back, so definitely a big upset there.
I'm guessing you're going to be going to Upperman next week, aren't you, Caleb?
You just had to bring it up.
Well, you know the man ain't gonna let you stay at home. He's not gonna go on the he's not gonna go on the road.
What makes it even worse? Listen, we got to keep Josh in our thoughts and prayers. We had to send him off to Memphis this week for cross country. He wasn't even here this week.
I bet he's bellied up to some barbecue joint right now in Memphis, just slopping it up.
I texted him. That's funny. I texted him earlier. I was like, "Are you gonna help out tonight, or what do you think?" He's like, "I think y'all got it."
Yeah, he's just slopping it up.
We're holding down the fort. If Josh is listening, we're holding down the fort.
Yeah, he's on Beale Street listening to some jazz. He ain't got us on. So.
Yeah, so no, you're probably right. I'll be headed to Upperman, which I've never been to Baxter. I was informed today that you go to Cookville and then 45 minutes north.
Yeah, you better stop and get something to eat in Cookville. I wouldn't wait till you get to Baxter to get anything.
Yeah, I figured. But that'll be a fun one because I don't think that's every week we go in and see when the last time teams have played, and I surely don't remember a time they've played.
One good thing about this is you're going to get to stop at Buc-ee's on the way and back. So you got a Buc-ee's stop in you.
Yeah, and I'm going to Gainesville too, so I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet this week and go to Baxter. I'm leaving them high and dry to go to Gainesville.
Oh, gosh. Yeah,
Those are comparable places.
Yeah, he's definitely going to put the screws to you next week, make you go to Upperman. So, all right, well, Caleb, let us know where we can follow your stuff at.
Yep, everything is on Twitter at CalebGyros16. All of our recaps tonight from Eagleton, Alcoa, and Maryville, where my two colleagues got drenched. They'll all be online tonight. We do an e-edition if you want to subscribe on Friday nights with all our high school stuff. Also, we got basketball starting up, so we'll have previews for all of our Blount County teams there too. So
that's right.
It's a busy time, but everything's at thedailytimes.com from UT to Maryville College, who has a big game tomorrow. The Scots head down to Barry, a win, and they basically locked in for a tournament spot, and a loss, and they're basically out. So that'll be a good one too, and we'll have coverage all up.
All right, sounds good, my man. Tell Josh we're praying for him out there in Memphis.
Sounds good. I'll see you later.
All right, see you. Beaver, go ahead and put the next man through because I know he's not going to want to wait.
Well, one quick thing before we do that. If he's down in Memphis on Beale Street, he's not listening to jazz. Come on, man. It's the blues.
Blues, same thing. Jazz,
no,
blues, whatever.
They're not the same thing, man.
It's saxophone. Brucey, are you there?
We listened to some jazz one time, that authentic jazz.
We did. Me and Brucey have been on Bourbon Street before for WrestleMania down there in New Orleans.
You know, I am very close to an Upperman graduate.
I was hoping.
Very close.
I was hoping he was just going to keep. He was just going to keep saying stuff. I was trying to.
So he was wrong about everything he said.
Well, you can't be talking about that man like that. He's a hardworking journalist.
45 minutes north of Cookeville. It is 6 minutes from Cookeville city limits. Reason I know that is because I visited there a lot, as Timbo knows. Also, he does not know the last time they played. It was in 2018, not that long ago. Alcoa went there, and I believe won by 2 touchdowns in the semis. It was a good game.
Okay. Well, I'm sure he'll do his research. He'll have that score for reference when he writes his pregame
a lot
up.
of Upperman slander, I heard.
Well, I mean, that's why we got you to cross-reference him.
Is that the guy that was trying to tell me about the private schools?
No, that guy. No, that was Caleb that just called in from the Maryville Daily Times. That was not the guy I was trying to tell you about the private schools. Was that a caller that was saying about the private schools, or was that one of our in-house guys?
One of your in-house guys that went to Grace Christian.
Yeah, that's the guy that answers his phone every week. That's Beaver. He's the one that was having those crosswords with you earlier.
Beaver, I have some statistics from a coach from a local private school in Knoxville. Can't give away all the info of where, who. 79% of this school receives financial aid for football players. And I quote, I believe we are probably the lowest in Knox County.
Financial aid is a lot different than paying the players.
That is the same. That is the same as paying.
And 79% seems really high, especially if that's one of the quote lower ones.
The way it is in D2 now, you got to pay to play, brother.
Well, all I can tell you then is you've got more information than me. You may absolutely be right. However, I can also say if they're paying these kids, they're picking the wrong ones to pay because these schools are just not going to hold up against the other good schools here in the state of Tennessee.
All right, we're done with the chatter on that subject tonight. Bruce, you didn't call in to say that. The boys at Mexican didn't have much of a problem with Johnson County tonight. I don't think, did they?
No.
Then the bell rang.
They're really not even much to talk about. The bell rang quick. What you can talk about is Megs versus Sequatchie next week. Quite possibly one of the bigger games in the state. Sequatchie kind of underachieved early in the year because they had injuries. They are now back at full strength. I will say the 3A playoffs are about to get fun, especially for these teams that no longer have Alcoa to worry about. It's now a strong possibility for these teams to to win the state championship.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going to get a brand new team on this side of the state in 3A that's going to be in the state championship game that hasn't been there in a long time, just because you don't have the tornadoes in the way. Now I've got an in-house guest tonight, Brucey Madison, a TWSWA official who I believe officiated y'all's scrimmage against Cofield and was talking very highly of y'all all year. So Madison, do you have anything to add about Meigs County?
That was several weeks ago, but I thought they looked solid first week in the scrimmage. Obviously, I don't think we did any special teams that night. No kicking game or anything like that. So I don't know what that looked like, but I remember y'all being pretty solid.
I think Meigs County's kicking game looks damn good, Madison.
Well, I'm happy to hear it.
A lot of work's put in there. I'll say this, Madison. I was there as a fan. I'll relay that message to the coaches about you complimentary. Let's talk about something, Tim, that you were talking. I'm not disputing anything about the big upsets. I will say one that you might have missed over. Lawrence County beating Ray County. That was a 4-1. Lawrence County hadn't won a playoff game in, I believe, 23 years. Traveled 3 hours, beat Ray County on a Thursday. I was told by a Ray County administrator that they had 6 buses of students, and the principal said, "Tell me how much money, I'll write the check, and you hand them tickets as they get off."
My goodness.
All in by Lawrence County last night. Hats off to them.
Ray County 9-1 the regular season, correct?
Correct. 9-1. Only loss was to East Hamilton, but they won the region.
East Hamilton. Also, is that who Meigs County's only loss was to?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
By touchdown. Things are getting fun. I know there's a lot of travel with this new playoff bracket, but it's fun.
We love it. We love it.
It's fun. You don't have to do the travel. I get that.
I wish I was traveling. I wish we was taking the show on the road.
Where you want to go, Tim?
Anywhere it's dry. I don't want to be in the rain.
The Dipsy Doozle in Baxter, Tennessee. You need to tell that guy about it.
I might give him your number, or give you his number, and you text him.
Dipsy Doozle.
Dipsy Doozle. Is that an ice cream joint?
No. Well, I believe they got burgers. I would hope they have ice cream. What would you say outside of what you've already talked about the Oak Ridge and the Farragut? What else kind of shocked you last night?
Hall's upsetting Tennessee High tonight, going on the road up to Bristol, 3-hour trip, 2.5-hour trip from Knoxville. I mean, that one stands out. Bradley Central going to Jefferson County and winning another 3 over a 2 seed. Rockwood, not so much. I feel like Region 2 1A teams are always a little bit better than the Region 1 1A teams. So that one, not much of a surprise. I really thought Kingston, even though they were the 4 seed, would not get beat by 31 points.
Definitely didn't think it was going to be a shutout either.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Hey, if all they had to do was play that makeup game against Harriman, then they would not have been the 4 seed.
The Blue Devils put a thorn in Kingston's side by accident.
Yep.
I bet that never happens again in Roane County. A team not refusing to play, but not playing. I don't know what happened. Heard it was a very mutual agreement. But I agree with you about the Rockwood thing. It's a 4-1. Ray County, Lawrence County was much bigger upset. I can tell you in 2015, I know this because I had a brother playing for Harriman, that Region 2 in the first round beat Region 1 240-0 in the first round of playoffs. Yeah, just throwing a blast from the past. That's 10 years ago, but not much has changed, it sounds like. Yeah. What about Midway? Midway moving their game to Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think they ever kicked off. I don't think the bell ever rang on that one.
They made the announcement at 1:30.
I did not know it was that early. I thought it was like a game time decision.
No, I think it would have been tough due to travel for their opposing team. If you can hear it, though, Meigs County barely got their game in because it is coming a doozy, a dipsy doozle.
Do we have any updates on the Farragut game, Tim?
Yeah, Bruce, did you know that Farragut has lost in overtime 27-21. One play after the 30-minute lightning delay, Kingsport runs it in from the 4-yard line, defeats Farragut 27-21. That was a big that could have been an upset. So
they didn't waste any time after that lightning delay.
They did not.
Well, Timbo, Madison, it's nice talking to you all. I'm going to try to make it my house without getting drenched. I've got to go to Knoxville early in the morning, so I will. I got to go get in bed.
All right. Well,
hey, Brucey, before you go, disagree with you or not, you know I love you, right?
I love you too, Beaver.
Hey, one second. Bubba, do you have any AEW questions for Brucey while he's on the other line?
Didn't know he was an AEW guy.
Oh, he's a big AEW. He's all in.
I've been to Full Gear.
You've been to Full Gear, Bubba.
Oh, how you feel about Blood and Guts coming up?
You got any questions for me?
How do you feel about Blood and Guts?
He said, "How do you feel?" He can't say stuff with his chest. He said, "How do you feel about Blood and Guts coming up?" I assume the pay-per-view, not just Blood and Guts in general.
Yeah, I'm a little queasy in general, but I don't know. I mean, they've underperformed so bad. I will say I do like Brody King stuff, but I don't know, man. I think if Daddy wasn't funding the corporation, they'd already be under. So.
All right, well, Bubba, there's your AEW for the night. Brucey, we do appreciate it. Get inside, get your heated blanket on, stay warm, stay dry, get fired up and focused for next week against Sequatchie County
Indians.
I believe that the Indians, they are purple and gold. So
Sequatchie County Indians. All right, see you guys.
See ya. I started to say Brucey. Beaver, please send us a break.
Made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Believe in family. Believe in your fellow man. Believe in honesty and an honest day's work. We do. We're Farm Bureau Insurance. And we don't just believe in Tennessee. We believe in Tennesseans. Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee's insurance company.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance for Tennesseans. Believe in me for all of your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Celebrate you, baby.
Welcome back into the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. As we are up against the 11 o'clock hour, this will probably be the last segment of the night, just because we are reduced on the amount of games as not everybody makes it to the playoffs. We'll go over the finals again here in a second. Madison, it's been fun having you tonight. Have you learned anything new or anything you want to add to it? I feel like I didn't get to go to you enough tonight that some of these guys just won't shut up.
I definitely look forward to seeing some more competitive games next week, competitive scores, Twitter highlights, all the things. Hopefully second round is closer than the first round. Definitely can't get much further apart other than those travels that we talked about. Those are still going to be far apart.
That is correct. I mean, you've got Murfreesboro Blackman going to Dobbins Bennett next week. That is a legit it's about a 5-hour trip for the second round.
Yeah, and if they take that trip the day before, probably
that's a good. I mean, yeah,
not getting as much practice in as the other team, everything like that.
That's right, man.
There's a lot of factors that go into it.
I didn't think about that. I mean, some of these teams they're going to have to consider leaving on Thursday because 5 hours on a bus and then playing an hour and a half after you get to the field, and that just doesn't sound like it's in the team's best interest.
Yeah, I would agree.
So Blackman having a regular season of 9-1, only losing to Oakland. They did lose 32-0. So Blackman is a pretty good team, as somebody in the chat's asking. I mean, not as good as Oakland. Oakland, one of the best teams, if not the best team in 6A in the state. I don't know. I mean, it is a long 5-hour trip, but Blackman could possibly get the win at Kingsport next week. Trying to see if the TSSAA is filling these brackets in a little bit better as we have some more finals coming in, or the finals are already in. They just haven't updated the brackets yet. But
I'd say that will be an early Saturday morning update.
Well, I mean, as slow as they are on getting the website back up,
it did
you're
take
probably
forever.
Right. Sevier County going to play Walker Valley next week. It'll be at Sevier County. Powell will host Lincoln County in 5A. Lawrence County will go to Knoxville Halls. That's another 3-hour trip. Did we ever see a Knox Central score tonight against David Crockett? I don't remember seeing or speaking on that one. I'm going to try and find that one real quick. As I scroll through, I don't see anything. Yeah, Bubba, see if you can find me a Knox Central score.
49-10 Central.
All right. I'm not sure how we missed that. Was that David Crockett? I don't know.
So we have Powell, Halls, Knox Central. All will be home games in our area. What other ones do we have, Tim?
Yeah, so Central will be hosting Columbia, a team from Southern Middle Tennessee. Going to the 4A bracket, you're going to have Greenville hosting White County. Stone Memorial going to Anderson County. Red Bank hosting Gibbs. Alcoa going to Upperman, who has some restaurant called the Dipsy Doodle or something like that, as Brucey said. 2A, we don't have any teams here. I skipped over 3A. Let's go 3A first. Gatlinburg Pittman hosting Forest. Meigs County hosting Sequatchie County. Sequatchie 7-3. Brucey seemed a little worried about that, so that'll be one to keep your eye on next week. Chattanooga Tyner hosting Unicoi County. Talk about a culture shock for Unicoi County. Giles County or Giles County, however you like to say it, hosting McMinn Central. Going to 2A, as we really have no 2A teams in the Knoxville area at all other than Eagleton. They will be hosting Grundy County. 1A, we get down to my neck of the woods. Rockwood going down Highway 27 to Sale Creek. Cofield hosting Joe Burns. Oliver Springs going to South Pittsburgh. And then Midway playing Cosby tomorrow for the right to go to Clay County.
So all 4 of the region teams in that area.
Not yet. Midway's got to win.
Midway's got to win tomorrow.
Yep. So Midway have to win that, but Rockwood Rockwood's going to have their hands full at 9-1. Sale Creek. Cofield should ease next week, as Joe Burns is just 5-5 in the regular season. Oliver Springs is going to have to bring their lunch because they're going to have their hands full at South Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's always a tough one.
Yep, especially down there. Let's not skip over the private schools, as we will have Knox Catholic going to one of Bubba's favorite schools in Chattanooga, as they will be going to play Baylor and their all-world running back, who Bubba swears is very deficient in pass blocking.
I'll stand by that take.
You'll stand by it all day, won't you, brother?
Yes, sir.
Knoxville Grace hosting Battleground Academy. I'm pretty sure BGA is out of Nashville.
What a great name for a school.
That is. I mean, BGA. I mean, Battleground Academy is pretty good, but just calling it BGA, I think it's pretty cool too.
Wonder what the color scheme is. What's their mascot?
I want to say red and navy. I have to look that up. CAK, who we've not mentioned tonight, beat Good Pasture out of Nashville. They will host. I don't know if they're going to host or not. They will play LaSwain out of Memphis. So somebody's going to be making a long trip, whether it's to LaSwain or to CAK. That's a Memphis to Knoxville trip. So either way, I mean, teams have been cut in half after tonight.
Hoping for some competitive games next week. Lots to talk about. Lots of callers.
Well, for sure. I will have some more competitive games next week, but I do think we'll have some more blowouts. So, Bubba, any parting thoughts?
Out on Battleground Academy.
Why?
The mascot's the Wildcats, and their colors are blue and gold.
I had one of them, right? The gold, I was not.
I feel like if you're Battleground Academy, you'd be like the Cannons or something.
That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? That would be pretty cool. Beaver, what's your parting thoughts in the evening, as we are going to get out here at 11 tonight?
I'm going to go with the Battleground should be the Rifleman.
I feel like that's a little too violent for high school, but that's just me, as someone who sees school shootings on the news. That they probably not the Rifleman, probably not the best school nickname.
Pea shooters.
The pea
but
shooters.
We have David Crockett. That guy known for using his rifle.
Well, that's the guy's actual name. I'm not saying
we've got schools out here with rebels.
I'm not saying that's a great thing, but I'm just saying having a nickname as the Rebels is probably not as bad as the Rifleman.
I didn't say sharpshooters or snipers. I mean, they're just the
the BGA Assassins.
That is definitely no better than Rifleman.
I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying that's about the same level. So,
what do you propose, Tim? Give us a mascot.
The Battleground Academy. I like the Cannons. I mean, because before Bubba said it, I had that in my head. Just you think of battles, you think of cannons.
Cannons kill people just like riflemen.
Well, I mean, it's a lot cooler though. It's a lot cooler. I mean, I'd much rather get killed by a cannon than a rifle. What about you, Bubba?
Yeah. I'd explode in the smithereens, Tim.
I'd hate to see that. That'd be terrible. Madison.
Thanks for having me on, Tim.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. We'll miss you next week as she'll be officiating a game next week somewhere. She doesn't know where yet.
And if I did, I wouldn't tell you on air.
So, yeah, she would not tell us on air. So
hopefully the weather's nice. I don't want it to be cold and I don't want it to be raining.
It's definitely could be cold. So either way, this has been the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. We hope you join us again next week as we get to round 2 of the TSSAA playoffs. And we'll be on our way to the third round. I was trying to think of something cute to say, but Beaver, let's just take it on home and get to the house.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.